I gotta read you this verbal exchange that I've had with a person on one of my videos. This is everything I'm about to read you is all in the comments section of the video, except for the one last thing he replied to me was in a private through YouTube. It was a private message, and it was way too long to put in the comments, which is probably why he did a private message. But I'm going to read all this to you. This video that I did the other day is titled Realist News, Another Cop Blatantly Breaks Law and Arrests Girl Who Filmed Him. And this is that video, did a quick viral outburst while it was around. She's standing in her front yard filming the police stopping somebody. They're already stopped, and they're pulling the guy out of the car when she starts filming. They got him in handcuffs. Ultimately, I guess the guy is free and clear and didn't do anything wrong. Well, she's filming the police. And anyways, you can go watch the video. So one of the comments I get is from a person named MinisterQuietBuck. And his first comment is, "This story is bogus, for the woman has a long police record of harassing the police. This is why they arrested her, as they knew who she was. People are spreading disinfo and lies to create fear with no proof, no evidence, yet relying on hearsay and mainstream news liars for their info. Father speaks against those who make his children have fear." Now let me read that again. The story is bogus. The woman has a long police record of harassing the police. This is why they arrested her, as they knew who she was. Let's stop there and dissect that little segment. She has a history of doing something, according to him. I don't know that to be true at all. But according to him, she has a long police history. And let's say she does. Let's just be on his side, since his name is Minister, for God's sakes. MinisterQuietBuck. And she has a long record of harassing the police. Does that give an officer the right to walk up to her and arrest her out of nowhere? Because in the past, she was harassing police. But right now, today, she's at home, not in jail, not in trouble, filming the police in her yard. But since she harasses them for so long, they could just walk up to her and arrest her. That's what he just said. That's what he just said. This is why they arrested her, as they knew who she was. Oh, that's a good reason. People are spreading disinfo and lies to create fear with no proof, no evidence, yet relying on hearsay and mainstream news. None of this was hearsay. Okay? It says no proof. There is proof. Watch the video. No evidence. Again, watch the video. And relying on hearsay and mainstream media. This isn't hearsay. Again, watch the video. It's her personal video. And no mainstream news was covering this when I did the video. You don't see any mainstream news in there. So what in the heck are you talking about, MinisterQuietBuck? So my response to that was, what story? ? There is no story to read. I saw it all, 100% of it, with my own two eyes. False arrest. Unlawful act by the policeman. I don't care if she's a repeat offender or something. It does not matter. With this incident, she is 100% correct. I cannot believe your comment, to tell you the truth. What you say is utter nonsense. You say this is hearsay? Watch the freaking video again. Are you serious? His response: do you live in Rochester? No, but I do. In turn, what you see is but part of the full story. I spent time today researching this, being my town, as I was afraid the cops were turning. Well, that's not the case. Anyone can cut, clip a video and leave parts out to make it lean one way when it actually leans another way. The mainstream news does it every day to fool people. Do you always speak to ministers and your elders in this fashion and tone? My response: the title of a person means absolutely nothing to me. It's more religious nonsense. I guess when priests rape children, we should all allow it since their title is, quote, priest, right? Sigh. Anyways, the video was not cut, clipped, or anything else. You can clearly see that. Also, being that I have over 225 videos on YouTube, I know exactly how to use programs to cut and modify videos. The video in question does not show any cutting or editing. It is a non-stop section of video. So, after I wrote that, he writes, read my channel, question mark. I am of no religion and denounce 501c3 church buildings, etc. I am not Catholic, so raping priests does not pertain to me. I am sad I even stopped by for what I watched one video and I thought, wow, here's an intelligent young man. But from your comments, I see I was very wrong. So items happen before the tape rolls and you don't consider that editing? Clearly, you love to play word games, so enjoy your life of fear. I spoke truth and you wish to believe the lie instead, so enjoy. So let's back up a second. I am sad I even stopped by, for I watched one video and I thought, wow, herein is an intelligent young man. Really? Let me go back to your very first comment. If that's the first thing you're saying now, when I first saw your video, I thought this is an intelligent young man. Let's see what your first response was again. Let me start over. This story is bogus. I'm the one doing the story. I'm the one posting the video, commenting on it. This story is bogus. For the woman has a long police record of harassing the police. This is why they arrested her, as they know who she was. People are spreading disinfo and lies to create fear with no proof, no evidence, yet relying on hearsay and mainstream media news liars for their info. Father speaks against those who make his children have fear. So your first comment doesn't quite tell me that you thought I was an intelligent person. As a matter of fact, you're completely disagreeing with what I said. And from the wording here, doesn't sound like you, in the same sentence, would use, oh, I thought you were pretty intelligent, right. So you're just trying to win an argument. This is all this person is. So again, he can hold his status as a minister or an elder, and how dare I speak to someone of such high gratitude and fortitude or whatever. But you're the one who was wrong. You're the one lying. You're the one lying again now, saying that you thought I was highly intelligent. Now all of a sudden I'm not. When your first comments already proved that you didn't think that anyway. So now you're just trying to win an argument, which means you're not from the Most High. You're not from God. You're not from the source. You're another bozo religious fruitcake. So my response to that last piece where he said, you know, clearly you love to play word games, so enjoy your life of fear. I spoke truth and you wished to believe the lie instead, so enjoy. My response, let me be very clear, because I can already hear your response now. Yes, the very, very, very beginning of the video has text that was inserted before the actual video in question begins. Once the video begins, it goes from start to finish, unedited and uncut. The, quote, meat, so to speak, has not been edited whatsoever. This will destroy the policeman in court, and I hope she takes the police department to court and they end up firing the officer. Parentheses, yeah, right, not in this country. I also replied again after that. Your first comments spoke of the news and media using propaganda, and the first thing you did while mentioning that is spew propaganda yourself. Anyone who watches the video will easily see your story is a lie. As I said, I knew you would talk about the text at the beginning of the video, so I replied again to be more specific and tell you that after the text is the video in full with no cuts or stops or anything else added. The video speaks for itself. You fail. So he writes back and quotes what I said. Let me be very clear because I can already hear your response now. And then he writes Proverbs 18, paragraph 18 or page 18, paragraph 13, whatever. He that answereth a matter before he heareth, it is folly and shame unto him. Get the police report and you will realize there was over 20 minutes of items going on before the videotape began to roll. Do you know what she said before the video began? The prosecutor does not see things as you do. Read his report, question mark. Seen the woman's record, question mark. Read the police reports, question mark. No, question mark. Just going off a video alone, question mark. So he then sends me a message, private message. Here is what I sent to a person that last commented to me on your video. All I can say is you are very blind, you have no clue what truth is around you, and you are very high-minded and egotistic and clearly hate your own soul. Quote, you foolish idiot scum. This shows you have no truth in you, for only those with nothing resort to name-calling, where those who have facts present facts, just as I have below. Proverbs, whatever, 12:15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. Meaning he seeks answers from many, as I have done, not one small video. This is my last item spoken onto this topic, as it's worthless to try to teach those who have no desire to learn, such as yourself. I have better things to do than squash YouTube lies, for 95% of YouTube is a lie, and people like you get a high from reading off of them. 95%. So I take it, as you just said, meaning he seeks answers from many, as I have done, not one small video. So if Mr. MinisterQuietBuck has gone to multiple sources, not just one video, did he go to multiple sources to determine that 95% of YouTube is a lie and people like me get high from feeding off of them? Or did you just make that up on your own, or did you get that from one source? Caught it again, MinisterQuietBuck. Busted again. So then he writes, well, he also wrote to this other guy that commented on my video. When I first heard of this video and saw it, I was shocked, like most are. Typical police, over abuse of power, and for the record, I am 100% against such a thing. But being it came from the very town I live in, and it's a new town for me to live in, I thought I would dig some to see exactly what I moved to. Well, I found out this woman has a long case of purposely stirring up problems with the police. Then this case alone, there is some 20-30 minutes in police reports and her own statement that does occur prior to the video starting, meaning she knew she was going to be arrested if she did one more thing. So she went inside and got her camera to film propaganda, more or less. See, what the video doesn't show, nor the people promoting it out of lack of studies, is that she taunted the cops, or I guess taunted the cops for some 20 minutes. That she was in their face preventing them from doing a normal traffic stop. That is why there are more officers than normal for a single person traffic stop, because the original officer called for backup due to her games and taunts. They had warned her numerous times to get away or she would be arrested. This is when she went to get the camera, and in turn was arrested in what seems to be no warning and not being justified, but it was 100% justified. Her own statement, along with the police's, backs up each other, and the district attorney is not dropping the case. Now keep in mind what he just wrote, because the last response by me, and keep in mind that the district attorney is not dropping the case. As he said before, as he said, she broke the law, the officers didn't. And the second part video that the officers were taking revenge is bogus just as well. And if you know what I was talking about, she was out filming police who all of a sudden ran up and down her street, ticketing everybody and their mother. There's a 12-inch rule that you have to park 12 inches or less close to the curb. If you are over 12 inches or a foot past the curb when you park on the side of the street, you will get a ticket. And there are people at half an inch past 12 inches getting tickets, I believe. And that's her second video that she just uploaded recently. That's what he's referring to. It has nothing to do with her case, as hers happened on May 12th, and the second video is from June 23rd, which is fine. The second video is Rochester police enforcing simple parking laws due to Rochester's, like most other towns, about broke. Being this was a common parking spot for people who did not live in the area, the officers went on a parking ticket campaign to get revenge for the city. City has a basic law that most do that you must be parked within 1 foot of the curb. Right, I just explained that. All right. So it does matter if one gets all the facts or not. But people like the guy's video we commented on, which he's talking about me, to him facts don't mean anything. As long as he can rant and he can get followers and subscribers, as he isn't after actual truth, but what causes a stir so he gets attention. Again, you claim you go to more sources than one single video. Why haven't you watched any of the 250 plus videos, any of them for God's sakes, aside from this one in question, if you did your due diligence like you claim and you want to preach out of the Bible, and again, as expected from another religious fruitcake, practice what you preach? No. No, they don't. They only want to use these little tools to their advantage and throw little pieces of the Bible at you to show you were wrong and I was right. And in the same sentence, because they're such a bozo, they're catching themselves on fire doing what they just said that they don't do. This is incredible. I mean, it's almost hard to believe, isn't it? Yeah, right. About as hard to believe as a priest from the Catholic Church molesting a child. That's almost as hard to believe as that, right? Is that right? Is that fair? Would you want someone to spread lies and disinfo about you just to get subscribers from YouTube of all places? Now, I am not defending this woman in the least because of her record alone. She has proven her fruit as Scripture says. But to point blame at officers that did nothing wrong is just wrong. Then to take another video and claim it's for her as well, that is wrong as well, but that is a blatant lie. Now, that being said, I am subscribed to a channel that does put out real police brutality videos, and I stand with anyone that is against such a thing. Even have told the wife that people should start to do as the Greeks do, surround the cops to show them who has the power, to publicly list the officers that do wrong, to scare them out of their job. I am not about covering up or hiding, but to use a video that isn't proper, done by a liar, edited to fit only a small picture as a window, then to attach other videos to her cause that don't belong. Well, that is just lies stacked upon lies, and in the end, it's still all a lie. Yet sadly, most on YouTube love lies no matter how big or small, as the truther movement is based on more lies than actual truths. Your choice on what you want to see, believe, and hear. Most have spoken up to mainstream TV, and it's all lies, yet for some reason have become blind sheep again when it comes to the internet and anyone else speaking besides NBC, CBS, CNN, etc. If it is Bob Smith, they assume he is 100% accurate and truthful, when in reality most who do news or such on YouTube are there for the subscribers to earn Google money. Have a good one, and don't always believe what the masses run with. Normally, if the masses move, they move due to a lie, not the truth. So my final comment is from today. I commented again today to him, and the guy that he commented to, I believe, which the guy was on my side, of course, because this is blatantly obvious. Headlines from today. That's exactly what I told him. Headlines from today. Quote, charges dismissed against woman arrested while videotaping traffic stop from her front yard. WHEC reported a judge dismissed the case against Emily Good of Rochester, New York on Monday because there was insufficient evidence of a crime. In a joint statement, Mayor Tom Richards, City Council President Lovely Warren, and Rochester Police Chief James Shepard said they agreed that the case should be dismissed. MinisterQuietBuck, what? Step into my office. Why? 'Cause you're freaking fired. Have a nice day.